Unstoppable or unbelievable? I feel like the sky is the limit for Jokic. Right now, it's fair to say he could end up as a top 15 player of all time. And if he grabs another ring, the top 10 isn't out of the question. But if we're dreaming big, there's a tiny chance he could take over the league, kick off a dynasty, and stick around for a long career. If everything falls perfectly into place for him, he might even get into the GOAT conversation. Some athletes reach greatness with a mix of natural talent, hard work, and a deep love for the game. Nikola Jokic is a perfect example of that. Born on February 19, 1995 in Sombor, Serbia, Nikola Jokic's early life was worlds away from the NBA's glitz and glamour. Growing up in a basketball-loving family, he was introduced to the sport early on. His older brother Strahinja and Nemanja both chased basketball careers, inspiring young Nikola. At 16, Jokic started playing seriously with Mega Visura, a Serbian club. Even though he got a later start than many future NBA stars, his raw talent and basketball IQ quickly stood out. The 2014 NBA draft on June 26 changed everything for the Denver Nuggets. After a rough season with new coach Brian Shaw, the Nuggets ended up 26-46, fourth in the Northwest Division. That meant that they had the 11th pick in the draft. Not great, but not terrible. The team was full of young vets, but lacked a star. So they traded their first pick, Doug McDermott, to the Chicago Bulls for the 16th and 19th picks. With those, they picked up Jusuf Nurkic, a Bosnian big man, and Gary Harris, a guard from Michigan State who slipped out of the lottery. With the number 41 pick in the draft, the Nuggets took a chance on a Serbian big man, Nikola Jokic. The night Nikola Jokic got drafted by the Denver Nuggets, he was back home in Serbia snoozing away. It was his older brother Nemanja who rang from New York to spill the beans, popping a bottle of champagne to celebrate. Ask anyone who watched the Nuggets in 2015. Who was the biggest bright spot on the team? I'll bet you get the same answer every time: Nikola Jokic. The 6'10" Serbian was just 20 years old when he signed his rookie deal to come play for the Denver Nuggets. Fresh off a dominating performance overseas in the Adriatic League, which led him to being crowned the MVP, Jokic came stateside to prove he could play in the NBA. At first, it looked like he'd be riding the bench for most of his rookie year. But when injuries opened up a spot, Jokic jumped in as a starting center and never let it go. Each month, Jokic's game leveled up. During the 2015-2016 season, Jokic put up some solid numbers, averaging 10 points, 7 rebounds, 2.4 assists, and 1 steal per game in about 21.7 minutes of play. He played a whopping 80 games and ranked high among rookies, coming in 3rd in rebounds, 4th in blocks, 7th in assists, and 8th in points. Plus, he got picked for the Rising Stars Challenge at the NBA All-Star Weekend, along with his rookie buddy, Emmanuel Mudiay. He got more comfortable at the NBA pace, his shot got sharper, his defense stepped up, and pretty much everything about his play kept improving. By the end of the season, he was one of the top rookies, and now he's hands down the best player on the team. Nikola Jokic's sophomore year in the NBA was like watching a rocket take off. He burst onto the scene with some jaw-dropping performances that had everyone talking. You could practically see his confidence soaring with each game. One standout was when he dropped a career-high 40 points against the New York Knicks, leaving fans and analysts alike in awe. It was a game where he seemed unstoppable, dominating the court in a way that showed he was here to stay. And remember that crazy triple-double against the Milwaukee Bucks? He racked up 30 points, grabbed 15 rebounds, and dished out 17 assists. Like, seriously, who pulls off something like that? Jokic did, just showing everyone he was a total powerhouse. But it wasn't all about the big stats. Jokic's basketball smarts were next level, pulling off moves that had defenders totally baffled. Whether he was threading the needle with his passes or gliding around with those smooth post moves, he just made the game seem effortless.
She'll lay it up and in! A sensational pass by the Joker!
Jokic is in the record books. He's the first guy from the Denver Nuggets to grab the MVP title, and he's also the lowest drafted player ever to snag the award. His first MVP award came in 2020-2021 season, with an average of 26-plus points, 10-plus rebounds, and 8-plus assists for an entire season. Then, just when he thought lightning couldn't strike twice, bam! He scooped up another MVP trophy, proving he's not just a one-hit wonder. For the second consecutive year, he won the award, and to average over 25 points, 13 rebounds, and 7 assists in a season. It was clear as day he was the best player in the league. Jokic didn't just earn those MVPs, he owned them. It's wild to think about, right? You pour your heart and soul into basketball, giving it your all, and then this guy strolls in like it's no big deal. He doesn't even seem to be all that passionate about it, treats it like any other job, and yet he's killing it. It's like he was born to dominate the game. Jokic did it all again, and the MVP trophy is his again. Check this out. He averaged 26.4 points, 12.4 rebounds, and 9 assists. Sure, some players averaged more in each stat individually, and Jokic himself has had better years in each category before. But get this, he was the only one to rank in the NBA's top 10 for points, rebounds, and assists per game this season. And talk about recognition. When the regular season wrapped up, Jokic snagged a whopping 79 out of 99 first-place votes from the panel of reporters and broadcasters who voted on awards. It's like they couldn't ignore his incredible all-around game. Jokic just joined some elite company by winning his third MVP award. Check out this list. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with 6 wins, Bill Russell and Michael Jordan with 5 each, Wilt Chamberlain and LeBron James with 4 apiece, and then there's Moses Malone, Larry Bird, and Magic Johnson, all 3-time winners. Now Jokic has earned his spot among these basketball legends. Jokic's incredible journey from underdog to superstar has been the stuff of legends. Imagine he was just the 41st pick in the 2014 draft, not even considering the NBA as a realistic option at the start of his career. And now, at 29, he's already built himself a Hall of Fame-worthy resume. It's like something straight out of a movie. Nikola Jokic just had one more jaw-dropping, downright historic NBA season. So Jokic didn't just lead the Nuggets to snag a top 2 spot in the tough Western Conference again this year, but he also helped them tie the franchise's record with a whopping 57 wins. And let me tell you, his stats this season were off the charts. He was 5th in total points, 3rd in rebounds, 2nd in assists, and 8th in steals. The only player in NBA history to hit top 10 in all those categories in one season. Plus, he racked up the second highest number of double-doubles and triple-doubles in the league. And get this, he even led all centers in steals. But the real cherry on top? That insane game against the Warriors on February 25th, where he dropped 32 points, grabbed 16 boards, dished out 16 assists, and snagged 4 steals. A one-of-a-kind performance that sums up just how special Jokic is on the court. Jokic changed the nature of the way the Nuggets play basketball, including the makeup of the roster and style of play. Denver took that approach because Jokic also changed the win-loss column for the team. Sure, Jokic is known across the league as a top-notch passing center, but what often gets overlooked outside of Denver is how much his passing actually impacts his teammates. Let me break it down for you. When Jokic took charge, the team's assists per game shot up by almost half, jumping from around 20 to nearly 30. His knack for making the simple pass, spreading the floor, playing unselfishly, and going for high-percentage shots is rubbing off on the rest of the squad. It's like his playing style is contagious, and his teammates are feeding off his energy. Nikola Jokic is like the master conductor of the basketball orchestra, weaving his dark Serbian magic to make his team play with a fluidity and smoothness that's just mesmerizing to watch. From his pinpoint passes to his crafty footwork in the post, every move seems to be part of some mystical plan he's cooked up. But here's the twist. Jokic isn't just an offensive powerhouse these days. Throughout his career, he stepped up big time on defense. He might not be blocking shots like a human wall, but his defensive smarts are through the roof. He's like a mind reader out there, anticipating plays before they unfold, messing up passes, and basically making it tough for anyone to get buckets on him. It's like he's unlocked a whole new level of his game, adding another layer to his already formidable arsenal. And that's what makes him truly special. He's not just a one-trick pony, he's a dark Serbian magic all-arounder on the court. Nikola Jokic just nailed his 25th triple-double of the season, and honestly, it's no surprise anymore. The guy is a triple-double machine. His vision on the court is insane, and he plays like he's got eyes in the back of his head. Jokic's ability to score, dish out assists, and grab rebounds redefined what a big man can do in the game. The NBA's been taken over by international stars lately, with the last 6 MVPs all coming from outside the US. While America is still the basketball powerhouse, the game thrives with top talent popping up everywhere. Jokic, at 6'11" and 285 pounds, plays like he's from another planet. It's not just his playing style that makes him special, his personality sets him apart from the rest. He's quiet, reserved, and values family. His humor is subtle but genuinely hilarious. He's kind to everyone around him and driven without being boastful. At 29, he's got wisdom beyond his years. Jokic's championship dreams with the Nuggets were cut short after losing to the Timberwolves in an epic 7-game series. They just need to regroup and stay consistent. Good things will come. This setback is just a setup for a major comeback. Watching Nikola Jokic on the court is something else. His style might not always make you jump out of your seat, but man, does it get the job done. Efficiency is his middle name, and his moves just seem to click time after time. It's a real pleasure witnessing the 3-time MVP do his thing. Let's be real, there's never been anyone quite like Jokic. But if we're looking for a comparison, Tim Duncan comes pretty darn close. Both are just on another level of greatness. At first glance, comparing them might seem a bit off. I mean, their playing styles are totally different. Sure, they both dominate in the post, but Duncan's passing game doesn't quite match up to Jokic's, and Jokic's defense isn't exactly on Duncan's level. But here's the thing, they both thrive on the basics. Watch Jokic on offense, and you'll hardly see him waste a dribble. He just gets to where he needs to be and makes his move, whether it's taking the shot or dishing out the perfect pass. You won't see Jokic tearing down the court like LeBron James or blocking shots left and right like prime Dwight Howard or Anthony Davis. And he's definitely not raining down threes like Stephen Curry or Damian Lillard. To be honest, there's no one quite like Jokic. He's in a league of his own. If we're talking history, he's this fascinating mix of Hakeem Olajuwon's footwork, Larry Bird's craftiness, and Steve Nash's playmaking. It's like he's taken the best bits from these legends and made them his own. Nikola Jokic isn't just a basketball player, he's a game changer both on and off the court. His impact on the Denver Nuggets is undeniable, leading them to new heights in the NBA, bringing a European flair to the game, and carving out his legendary status along the way. But what's truly remarkable is how he stays true to himself amidst all the recognition. Here's a guy who's more likely to be found chilling with his beloved horses than obsessing over basketball stats. I mean, who else cracks jokes about riding horses to games instead of driving fancy cars? It's this down-to-earth, fun-loving attitude that sets him apart. So, when you think of Nikola Jokic, do you see someone who's unstoppable with his skills on the court, or is he just downright unbelievable with his offbeat charm? Unstoppable or unbelievable?